On July 20th, 1944, a conspiracy of high-ranking German officials attempts to assassinate German Chancellor Adolf Hitler. But why did these German leaders want to kill Hitler? And why did the plot fail? This move against Adolf Hitler occurred nearly 5 years after World War II began and is known as the 20 July Plot. Many German military officers and government officials felt that Hitler's poor leadership had doomed the nation to inevitable defeat in the war. Some were appalled by the horrific crimes committed by the Nazi regime, including the Holocaust. They felt that the only way forward was to immediately sue for peace with the Allies, hoping they could negotiate favorable terms and save Germany from total destruction. On July 20th, 1944, at Hitler's Lair field headquarters in East Prussia, Colonel Claus von Stauffenberg planted a briefcase bomb underneath a table around which an important and exclusive meeting was taking place. What saved Hitler was pure chance. After placing the briefcase under the large heavy table just a few feet from where Hitler was standing, Stauffenberg exited the room to take a phone call. As the meeting continued without him, Colonel Heinz Brandt, who was standing next to Hitler, moved the briefcase a few feet farther from Hitler to the other side of one of the table's wooden legs, perhaps simply because it was in his way. That heavy table leg shielded Hitler and those standing closest to him from the full brunt of the blast. 4 were killed in the explosion, and 3 were seriously injured. After the blast, rumors leaked that Hitler was dead, but in reality, his wounds were minor. He even felt well enough to keep a planned meeting with Benito Mussolini later that same day. The conspiracy fell apart when the members found out that Hitler had, in fact, survived. 7,000 were arrested for involvement in the 20 July Plot, and 5,000 died, including Stauffenberg and Field Marshal Erwin Rommel, the famed Desert Fox who was perhaps Germany's most talented general. It was the most serious attempt to assassinate Adolf Hitler and overthrow the Nazi regime during World War II. Although the plot failed, it proved to the world that not all Germans supported Hitler and the Nazis. Tom Cruise played Stauffenberg in an entertaining 2008 movie about these events called Valkyrie, which was the code name for the 20 July Plot. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1822, botanist and monk Gregor Mendel, the father of genetics, is born in what is now Czechia. In 1881, Lakota leader Sitting Bull surrenders to the U.S. Army after returning to the U.S. from Canada. In 1947, legendary Mexican-American guitarist Carlos Santana is born in a city in Jalisco, Mexico. In 1969, Apollo 11 lands on the surface of the moon, and Neil Armstrong takes humanity's giant leap. In 1983, an IRA plot to assassinate Britain's Charles and Diana during a Duran Duran performance is foiled. In 2005, the Civil Marriage Act becomes law, formally legalizing same-sex marriage in Canada. In 2022, Domino's officially closes all of its restaurants in Italy after a failed 7-year effort. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. The first major battle of the American Civil War occurred just 30 miles from which American city? Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland, Richmond, Virginia, or Charlotte, North Carolina? Liked learning about the 20 July Plot? Then you'll love this one about when Hitler purged his own Nazi party to consolidate power. Tap the screen to keep the story going on Today in History.